Alrighty, so the first build we got up on the list today is the slashing shot creator. This build is pretty easy to make, so just follow along and yeah, you guys will be fine. Alright, so coming into the skill breakdown right off the rip, let's just get right into it. We want to go the 50-50 pie chart, half shooting, half finishing. Then we're going to choose all speed pie chart, of course. So follow the attributes one for one, then you'll be perfectly fine. So you want to bring up your close shot to 87, max out your layup and dunk rating, and then that'll give us 14 finishing badges exactly. For the shooting, you want to max out your midi, 3, and mid-range. Sorry, your midi, your 3, and your free throw. That'll give us 18 shooting badges exactly. So you want to do that. And then coming into the playmaking here, bring up your pass accuracy to a 77. That'll give us a slashing shot creator name and not like a facilitator or, you know, a playmaker, slashing playmaker or anything like that. So make sure you go 77. Anything above 77 will take away the slashing shot creator name. And then bring up your post control just enough to 60. That way we get the 15 badges. Actually, no, we don't have to go 60. Well, we go 58. That's, yeah, 58. So go 58. And then coming into the defense here, you want to max out your defense like this. Your steal, of course, and then just throw the rest on your defensive rebound. And then that gives us 5 badges exactly. So it's a pretty good badge spread. Moving on, body type doesn't matter. The height, we're going to go 6 foot here. There's 2 ways you can make this build. I'm gonna show you guys my personal favorite way. So if you go 6 foot and you minimize your weight, and then you bring your wingspan just down to 75.6, you could see we get an 85 ball control, and that ball control is going to be clutch when it comes to getting the certain dribble moves like the Derrick Rose size ups and, you know, the Kyrie stuff, all that different type of size ups. If you want those moves, you need to have an 85 ball control. So if that's what you're looking for, then go for that. If you want to be more of a dunker, like this build could still dunk. I get contact dunks, like I'll show you guys clips and stuff. But if you guys want to be more of a dunker, then you want to go 6'4", 6'5". I would say go 6'4". That way we still do get the dribble animations. You want to go minimum weight, and then you can even bring up your wingspan all the way. Then that way you get an 80 ball control, or sorry, an 80 driving dunk rather than a 75. So go like that. I'm just gonna go the 6 foot way for now. So we're gonna go like that. Bring your wingspan just enough to get the 85 ball control, and then the takeover, obviously we're going to choose slasher because this build can get contact dunks in takeover. And there we go, first build up on the list, the slashing shot creator. Let's move on. Next up, we have the two-way 3-point shot creator. This is my personal favorite. I use this build a lot, especially in the 1v1 court. So yeah, so this one's pretty fun. I actually like this one. So if you want to go shooting guard right off the rip, and then the pie chart for this build, we're going to be choosing the more green than red. Here it is, the more green than red, so that way we get the defensive abilities, and we're also a really good shooter. This build is overpowered. We're gonna go to all speed, of course. Every build on this list is all speed. It's just the best pie chart to go. Of course, we already know that though. All right, so for the stats here, we're gonna max out our driving dunk. We're gonna bring our shooting up to an 86. The reason we're not gonna max out the mid-range for this build is because if you go above an 86 on the mid-range, then your build's not gonna be called a 3-point shot creator. It's just gonna be a 2-way shot creator. And I thought the 3-point was cool, so you know, I took off that few extra points just so I could get the cooler name. If you really don't care about it though, then by all means just max it out. It doesn't really matter. Max out your free throw, and then you want to also bring up your post fade to a 70. Then that's fine. And then for the playmaking, once again we got to go for that 77 rating so we get a shot creator and not a facilitator. I'm gonna bring up the ball handle here to max that out, and then we'll bring up the post control just enough to 49. That way we get 12 playmaking badges. Then for the defense, this is the best part of the build in my opinion. We got to max out all of our main defensive stats right here. Gonna max out this, and this, and then that'll leave us with 16 points left. This is always going to be personal preference, so you can put on your layup or you can put on like your interior D. It doesn't matter, it's either or. I usually just go on my layup, so yeah, I'm just gonna go layup for now. And look at that badge spread, very nice. So we're gonna go like that now, and then obviously body shape doesn't matter. For the height on this build can differ based on how you want the build name to be. If you go anything above 6'2", you're gonna get a 3 and D off guard. So if you care about that name, that's a pretty glitchy name as well. I would go for that, but I just wanted the shot creators just because I like making shot creator builds. So I went 6'1" here, so I was under that 6'2" threshold. And then we're gonna go like that, minimize your weight, and then the wingspan, we're going to max the wingspan. Now this is where the build becomes cheese, because look, we have a 70 driving dunk, which means we get park dunks. We have an 85 3-point rating. That is more than enough. We're gonna basically be at a 90 when we hit 99 overall. The only thing that's kind of low is the dribbling, the ball handle, but I mean that's easy to counter with 99 overall, and if you use the sleeve you'll be able to have 80 plus easy. And look at the defensive ratings. This is what did it for me. An 85, 86, and a 94 in the defense, being at 6'1" is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I get a lot of chase down blocks too, don't sleep. But yeah, we're gonna go like that. And then the takeover here obviously does not matter. I like shot creating takeover the most on this build, so that's what I went with. And here we go, we got the two-way 3-point shot creator. Next build on the list, we're going to be taking a look at the deep range shot creator. This is personally a build I have not made yet. It's the next build I do plan on upgrading, so I actually don't have this build, so I can't really speak too much on it. But based off the stats, it does play very similar to a play shot. It's just a cooler name. So yeah, let's get right into it. You want to go shooting guard for this one. And then for the pie chart, we're going to go the 50-50, half shooting, half playmaking. That is the best way you can make it. Obviously the all speed again, like I said. And let's get right into the stats. I meant, my bad. All right, so max out your layup, max out your dunk, pretty straightforward. We're gonna bring the mid-range up to an 80, similar to the last build, how it gets the 3-point shot creator name. This build, if you want the deep range, deep range is this, you know, kind of the same as 3-pointer. You want to go the exact same thing right here. You don't want to max out your mid-range, but leave it at an 80 for now. Next you want to go is bring up your free throw to a 90, and then your post fade is going to come up to a 78. That'll get us 23 shooting badges exactly. Moving into the playmaking here, you want to go 77 again. Like I said, that is the magic number for pass accuracy if you want a shot creator. Max out your ball handle to 84, and then the post control you can bring it up just enough till we get to 18 badges, so that'll be 62. And then the last stats, you can put it all on your defense right here. Max out your rebounding, and then you can throw the last 10 points right there on your blocks. And this is the badge spread. We got 123, 18, and 8 for the deep range shot creator. Obviously body shape doesn't matter. And then here in the height is where things get a little bit tricky, so you got to build accordingly so that you get the name you get the name deep range shot creator, not pure shot creator. So I would say go 6'4", that way we do still get the 85. You could go 6'3" if you want, but I suggest to go 6'4". I just think it's better, and you get an extra takeover option, which I will show you guys in a second. So if you go 6'4", minimize the weight, then the wingspan, you cannot go minimum wingspan for this build. Default or higher, you cannot go anything under default, or you will get a pure shot creator name. So we're gonna go default for right here. It's gonna be pretty straightforward, and you can see we get 4 takeover options, but one of these takeovers is a bit out of place, which is obviously the slasher, because this build has like a 60 driving dunk. So if you guys want to go slasher, that would be pretty cheese, I'm not gonna lie. But for me personally, you guys know I am a shot creator, so I'm going to go, of course, with none other than the shot creator takeover. But I might make a vid later on using that with slash take. That might be very overpowered. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, man, here goes the next build up on the list. Number 3, the deep range shot creator. Let's move on to the next one. The next up on the list, we do have the pure shot creator. This is a build you guys probably have seen me run with on stream a couple times. People like Ticino use this build a lot. So this is kind of like the deep range, but a little bit different. I'll show you guys what the differences are right here. But this build is going to be more for competitive side of things, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's just get right into it. You can make this build 2 ways, with the pure green pie chart or the split. So we're gonna go the split for this one. Like I said, it's kind of similar to the last build, but a little bit different. So I'll show you guys the differences here. So we're gonna come down to the shooting first this time. We're going to max out everything here with the shooting, just enough to where we get 23. Hold on, there we go. So bring that up to a 60. And then for the finishing, we're gonna max out our dunks, and we'll come back to the lip after with the leftover points. But already after rip, you can see that the mid-range for this build, we're maxing it out. We're not going to leave it at an 80 just like the deep range. We're going to max it out. So if you want the more mid-range, then this is the one for you. Ball handle, we're going to max out. The pass accuracy, like I said before, the magic number 77. You guys already know that though, so we're going to go 77 for that. And then the post control, bring that up just enough to get the 18 playmaking badges, so that'll be a 58 rating. And then the rest you throw in the defense, go your 3 right there, go for your rebounds. That gives us 6 badges. That'll leave us with 59 points left over. So you guys can go 2 different ways here. You can go with the defensive route to get 9 defensive badges and then just throw the rest onto your layups, Or if you don't want that, you could throw the rest onto your finishing, get the extra finishing badges, and then leave the defense. I personally think defense is more valuable, so I would say go defense for this build. Then obviously the body shape doesn't matter. Height, we are going to go 6'3" for this build. Lower the weight and then lower the wingspan all the way down. This way we get a 94, 91, and an 88 ball control. This build is overpowered. Obviously, we already know that though. Takeover, of course, we got to go with the shot creating take, and there we go. We got the pure shot creator build. This is probably the best shot creator build you can make on the game as far as stats goes. The next build you guys are going to see is going to have this exact same name, but it's going to be made quite differently. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's get right into it. One more build left. Build of today's video. This is going to be a little bit of a bonus. A lot of you guys have been asking me in the comments recently to drop this build, so I thought it was I had to bring it to you guys. A lot of people have been asking. This is the 5'7" pure shot creator with a 100 3-point rating. You guys have seen this build probably a lot of places, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people have been asking me to make this, so yeah, I'll show you guys how to make it here, and let's get right into it. So we're gonna go point guard, of course, and the pie chart for this build is a pure green, if you couldn't assume based off the 100 3-point rating. So we're gonna go pure green here, pure speed once again, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward how to make this. Go to your shooting, max out literally everything you're shooting. You don't have to go for post fade if you just want 30 badges. You can just, you know, bring your post fade up to right here. It doesn't really matter, but for me, I just did it to have 99 and everything. It just looks that much more overpowered, so I went like that. Next up, we're gonna do the playmaking here. Gonna bring 77, of course. You guys already know the drill. If you go above 77, you get sharpshooter facilitator, so we got to go 77 once again. Bring up your ball control and then bring up your post control just to where we get the 12 playmaking badges. That'll be a 53 rating. Next up, we're gonna go for the defense here. Defense on this build is cruised at times, but you know, we could get as much badges as we can hope for, you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna max out our offensive rebound. That'll give us 6 defensive badges. Actually, we don't have to max out. We could go down a little bit. We go 37, and then we get 6 defensive, and then the rest we can throw on our finishing stats. This build's not gonna dunk, like it's literally never gonna dunk, so I don't suggest to put on dunk, but I mean, if you want, you know, it's up to you. This is how I made the build though. The close shot rating 82. Keep in mind that comes in very clutch for when you don't take a fade and when you take a close shot, so yeah, keep that in mind, very clutch. But here goes the 100 3-point rating build. This is how I made it. We're gonna go like this here, go solid, and then the height, of course, is 5'7". This is obviously what I did for trolls. It gives us an 80 ball control, and we can actually get an 85 ball control at 99 to get the Derrick Rose move. So yeah, that's the main reason I went 5'7". You obviously don't have to go if you don't want to go that short, but that's what I did. Minimize the weight to 145, and then for your wingspan, just drop it enough to where you get the 81. You don't even have to go minimum. You could just go 68.6 on your wingspan, and that gives us an 81 ball control, which is very, very clutch in the end, because when you do hit 95 overall, you will have an 85 ball control, and that unlocks a whole tier of dribble animations. And being pure green, that is kind of overpowered, but yeah, that's the cheese to this build. There you go. And obviously I do have shot creator take on this build, as you guys know, and here goes the shot creator. This is the one with the 100 3-point rating. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bonus build at the end, but yeah man, that's gonna be it for today's builds. These are the best shot creator builds to make this season on season 5 in 2K. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your favorite build down below in the comments, and what shot creators you want to see from me next. On a mission to bringing back shot creating in the 2K community, so I hope you guys are in tuned. TST on 3, and we out, man. Peace.